for Cincinnati, a 6'6 senior from Long Beach, California, number 33, Terry Nelson. At center for Cincinnati, a 6'10 senior from Monrovia, California, number 44, Corey Blunt.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged, what's the deal? Speaking bluntly with C Blunt and T-Nail. We tell it how it is and all due respect. The UC Connect, them Bearcats, we rep, elevate, graduate, we the final two. Still at it like we did the final four back in 92. Let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged with T. Nelson and C Blunt. Yeah, let's talk about it.
At Cincinnati, they get after.
If you love UC basketball, you're in the right place. Welcome to Legends Unplugged. I'm your host, Corey Blunt, and this is my main man, my partner, Terry Nelson. And we're here to give it to you unplugged, only the Legends way. So let's get it going, T. Now, how you doing, man?
I'm ready to talk about it.
Let's talk about it. About it. You got a lot to talk about, too.
My Lord.
Yeah, you got a chance to go down to how was the weather down in Clemson?
It was not warm.
Really?
No, it was maybe, I think the first day was 54, and then it dropped down to like 27 at nighttime, and then it got to 38 as we were leaving. So, no, it was 60 when we were leaving. So it's not bad.
Well, I think they might have got heated up the first half down there and changed the whole city the way that game was going. But yeah, that's a good thing about it, man. You were there. You're able to give us some good perspective on how that game went, and I'm anxious to hear your point of view from it, man. I watched it, but I love hearing your point of view. You're there, front row, right in the midst of all that.
Yeah,
action.
I wish it was front row. Man, they had us up so high. The pigeons,
really?
Yeah, pigeons were sleeping. I was like, look, there's two. They have us up there's a second row, and then there's the top row where the media is.
Yeah.
Nothing was set up. We get there 90 minutes before the game. There was no table. There's no nothing. So Mo's got to set up his equipment. The Dan was doing the Bengals game. And then Mo's got to run all the way down the stairs to the locker room to interview Wes Miller, come back, and then, try to get this stuff set. So Mo is the engineer and the play-by-play at the same time when Dan's not there. So
Mo got a little Jamaican in him. He got 19 jobs.
One of the headies. He is bald head, too.
So do they have monitors for you guys, or you guys are trying to see the action straight from up there?
Man, my eyesight kind of faded, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked for monitors. Like,
I'm looking like Mr. Magoo. I'm somewhere here. I'm looking. I'm trying to find out, is that number 4?
Oh, man.
Or is that 14? I'm like, man.
Well, I know it's one thing you didn't have a problem seeing, and that was that halftime score.
My goodness.
So let's talk about that, man. And just, I know how professional you are when you're doing your commentating, man. But I know it had to be like, okay, we're live, you're doing your thing, and then as soon as the timeout, you gotta. Are you understanding? Can you believe? I know you had to get some of that watching that first half.
Well, first of all, I'm a former player, and now I'm a fan and a commentator.
Right.
And as a fan, you do what fan stuff does. Like, you're emotional. You hang on every possession. One possession, you're praising them, and you can't believe that it's the best we've been playing. And the next possession, you're like, can you believe the shots that they're taking, the stuff that they're doing, they're not getting back on defense, the movement is not there. I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna wake up. Next 3, bam. Now they're down 10. They're gonna get a good shot. They come down one pass, bam. They're down 13. I mean, they hit eight threes in the first half. Some were contested.
Right.
At the end of the shot clock situations. But when guys are hot like that, you have to do something to cool them down.
Yeah.
Everybody was hitting. So Mustafa Cham is in drop coverage at the free throw line. His man is shooting threes.
Yeah.
He knocked down 2 of them. One of them in a desperate situation at the end of the shot clock. But when everybody on the floor is touching the ball, hitting threes, and there's no energy, you had to change it up. So
at the beginning of the game, you're on the bus, you're on the plane. Did you perceive any type of nervousness or unsure about them? You didn't see none of that before that game, I'm sure, right?
No. Well, guys got their headphones on. They're getting in pregame mode. They're doing what they're doing. They get out early. They get their shots up. They look ready and locked in. But that doesn't, because you're looking ready and locked in.
Yeah.
The game has a different story. The game says when you're on the road against a quality opponent, you got to strike first.
Right.
You can't sit there and just try to play yourself into a game. You got to be preventative in what you do. Attack them first. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the military always, when the U.S. is dealing with like Al Qaeda or terrorists, they can either wait here and let them bomb and then try to eradicate them, which happened on 9/11, or you go right to where they are, right in their home base. That's what America does. They go right to your home base and they try to snuff you out in your own villages or whatever you're doing. They take the fight to you. They don't want you to come to them. When you're on another person's territory, you have to bring the fight to them. Right. And they didn't bring it in the first half. It was come on, man. I can't remember the last time you down 27 points.
Yeah, that's tough.
27 is tough.
That's tough.
To be down that way and to see it, and to see when that, no matter what sub he put in the game, nothing changed.
I don't understand it neither. Like, what do you do? Like, you're putting players. That team was steady building confidence every time they came down the court. The physicality was definitely being shown, even from where I was watching it at. They were knocking those guys off their routes. They was pushing them out of bounds on rebounds and different things. So the physicality, did that deter them early on, or they saw what they were getting ready to be in store for?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, we're getting bullied in the first half.
Yeah.
We were playing soft. Our bigs were playing soft. Our guards weren't rebounding. We weren't pressuring the basketball. There was no movement on the offense. Yeah. There was a hand up. They have to be longer. They got to put their arms out. They got to touch people. Guys can't just run through the lane and you can call a name out. No, you got to chuck them. You got to hit them. You don't have to knock a guy out and get a foul, but you got to deter where they're going. When that shot goes up, it's got to be an aggressive box out. I don't remember the last box out we have. Halveen did in this game, just knocked the guy out of bounds. Yeah. That wasn't a box out. He just chucked him.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that. Like, man, let's show some frustration.
Show some frustration. And Halveen was one of the ones that gave me energy.
He did. He definitely did. And I've always was kind of unsure about his ability and what he brought, but he showed me yesterday why he is needed on this team.
He is the Dennis Rodman for this team. He does all the dirty work. He hustles. He's got to work on finishing. That's the last frontier of what he does. He's got to work on finishing around the basket. So he needs those 2 yellow balls and needs to get hit with a pad so he can work on finishing around the basket so he can concentrate. But he offensive rebounds. Yeah. He hustles. He gave him energy. He made some great plays in transition, running the floor. So his contributions were needed. And Buck Harris in the second half, his pressure changed the game. Yeah. On the ball, picking up the entire full court, his pressure kept turning the guy back and forth, back and forth. And you never know what you're gonna get with Buck. You're gonna get a couple crazy shots coming from him because he's so confident in his ability to attack the basket.
Well, I think that's what Hal will understand, that why McKinley is down and Haynes is down, that's going to be his role. He's going to have to be that enforcer for this team, or one of the components to be able to bring that type of energy. And if he can facilitate that role, hopefully his confidence will get better during the season. He'll be able to define himself as that type of player.
Yeah, I like him and Tyler as backups. Tyler's dealing with some swelling in his knee, and so he was cleared to play yesterday. But if they didn't have to play him, they weren't going to play him. So try to get him ready for league play, because he's so good at what he does in that mid-post area, passing and doing that. But Halveen gives you energy. You never have to, even in practice, you never have to worry about his effort. Yeah. His understanding of basic principles in scoring around the basket, that's going to come. Moses Scurry was the same way. Yeah. When at UNLV, he never developed an offensive game, but he was so valuable to the team's run off the bench as a defensive guy, as energy, rebounding, running the floor, and toughness. We didn't display toughness in the first half, and that bothered me.
Well, you brought up Moses Scurry, but that's what you brought to our team. Yeah. You know what I mean? You brought that toughness, that physicality, and you were more focused on denying their best player or stopping their best player for being comfortable during the offense. So that's what he can bring to this team, and I think it's warranted that now he deserves to get a lot more playing time. It just has to be consistent. That's going to be the critical part of this. If he's consistent with that, then he'll be able to help this
Yeah,
team.
the only thing that you're going to get mad at Halveen is that he's going to get an offensive rebound, you're going to love it, then he's going to throw it up on the other side of the backboard.
And don't start shooting threes. Please
So
don't start that.
His whole thing is he got to just work on finishing. Hit him with pads, get him focused, but stay away from the three-point line.
Yeah, don't get to trying to, I'm expecting, now I'm getting these minutes, let me show him this.
Yeah,
You know
all
what I'm
threes
saying?
aren't created equal. There's a reason you're open.
Yeah. The one other thing I have to admit too, man, I was watching the game and I saw that Clemson had number 41 on their jerseys. And that was a reminiscence to my buddy, man, Eldon Campbell, who passed away. And I know if Eldon was alive, man, we would have been calling each other talking trash about this game.
Yeah, man.
And unfortunately, he would have had a lot to say at the beginning of this game to me. And I know it would have been funny just hearing him talk trash. So just wanted to say that, man, while it's fresh on my mind, that I did notice them showing respect and honor to Eldon Campbell, who was a hell of a basketball player. I played with him with the Lakers, and then as my rookie, I was with him at Pete Newell's big man camp, and we just built a friend and a bondship from there. And once I got to the Lakers, we was buddy, man, and that was a tough one for me, man. So just wanted to put that out there.
You got a funny story with Eldon?
Man, do I got a funny story with Eldon?
Because he's the all-time leading scorer at Clemson University, 3-time first team All ACC.
Yeah.
And then think about this: he played a year with Dale Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, that is. Dale Davis, one of the most physical.
His skin is strong. Like you trying to box him out, like, boy, you rough.
Yeah, he did some lotion on them elbows. Golly. But it was like part of the Bass Brothers, man, in college. And then when Dale got to the NBA with the Pacers, that was a totally different thing. But Eldon Campbell dunked on me so bad one time when I was in high school.
Man, Eldon dunked on a lot of people, man.
Eldon, for y'all don't know Eldon's head did not match his body.
Yeah.
He had a little head.
He had a small torso. Yeah.
He had a little head, but he was long.
And his calves was like trash cans. Them things were huge.
It was huge. So I'm over here in help side defense. We're playing in a tournament in Inglewood. It's the summer league. And one of my guys was playing him on the side. And Eldon called for the ball. I didn't know he was left-handed. So he had a right-handed here. He's calling for the ball. They threw him the ball. He drop stepped. And he didn't see me. I said, I'm getting this. So I jumped up with my left hand and met him right at the rim. Now, I'm right here over the rim.
Yeah.
He was like right here, and he dunked on me and wrapped his legs around me. I said, bro, what are you doing? I tried to push him off, and he was just grabbing me like this with his legs.
No question.
I said, man. And then he just like pushed me off like Shaq did when he dunked on guys. He pushed them off and started running down the floor.
Yeah.
And everybody on the bench was like clowning and doing this. Even my team, it was like, yeah, Rook, because that was my first time on varsity.
Right.
I didn't know what to do. I just took the ball out, ran down there and set a screen. I was like, damn, he got me.
Yeah. Me, Nick, and Ruben played with Eldon. So, man, just wanted to put that out there, man. Just show some respect to my big homie. I used to call him the big homie because he was just big and homey.
Yeah. Did he talk much?
Mild mannered. No, man, he was so laid back, and his jokes was like 2 words, like, did you see that? And run back down on defense or offense. So, just wanted to put that out there, man. So, back to this. So now let's get your perspective, your overall perspective on what did we do to make you feel that this team is ready to get in this Big 12 tournament.
Big 12 conference. Okay, look at this.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 minutes, Wes Miller put a lineup in. They were down 27.
Yeah.
Wes Miller put a lineup in, and they started making a run. So they shaved 7 points off of it. He decides to reward that team in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Buck Harris, Day, Thomas, Jizzle James, Mustafa Cham, Baba Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Love that lineup.
Yeah.
Because Danny said, we're going to start bringing the fight to you. So they start picking up full court. They didn't trap yet. They were just picking up full court. And after a couple of times where Clemson thought that they were just playing man-to-man, once Cincinnati scored, they start upping the pressure. They start running the run and jump.
Right.
They start getting some turnovers. Those turnovers and quick shots got the Bearcats out in the open floor, and Buck Harris goes to the basket. He's just going full speed. He don't care if you're back. He's going to try to beat you to the rim.
Yep.
And Day got hot. And when Day got hot, here's where I got proud of Wes Miller. When Day got hot, he started running action for Day. I'm only going to run plays for Day. I'm going to ride the hot hand.
Right.
So he threw the ball to the top, and then Day started running baseline swings, double posts, Day has a chance to come off either one to try to get these get the shot off. And so Day did a great job of running the guy one way. Guy's trying to beat him to the spot. He turns around, go back the other way, catches it, and he made one. Then he did the same thing, made two. And then West caught the same play again, and he made three. And then they came down and hit a three to stop the tie, got it back to 13. Day came down, hit another one. I mean, it was just back and forth, big-time plays. And once he got him in striking distance at like 10 points, then they start playing differently. When they added guys back in, West made a sub. When he added guys back in, the lead blossomed back up. He took them back out and says, you know what, I got to stay with this group right here. Now, he only subbed in. The only guy that came in that really gave him good minutes during that stretch in the second half was Celestine. Celestine is a great end-of-the-shot clock shooter. He gets calm as the pressure goes down there. But, man, I was a little disappointed because I thought the game was too physical for Shanabayev. I thought, he kept losing the ball, going to the basket. And he's got to do a better job of getting to the basket under control. Like, use that left hand, go downhill. They're going to try to cut you off. Use your step back in the middle of the paint, shoot your 15-footer. Walk a guy down in the post and make him double team you. Attack the middle, make him double team you. Find your guys. He's got too many skill sets to just be dancing up top. But Kirk Creaser hasn't made a shot in like 5 games.
Well, yeah. He's still shooting it, though.
He's still shooting it. So
still shooting it.
I think, and if I'm just talking and being honest, I think Sean would be a great 6-man because the 6-man is supposed to do what?
Come in and change the tempo and change the whole flow of how the game is going. Yeah. If he has that ability,
if he's a scorer, if he's an offensive player, if offense is a strong suit and defense is not, you bring him off the bench to give you offense.
Yeah. One thing I see in the characteristic of this team is that their defense is predicated on them hitting shots.
Yeah.
When they're hitting shots, then they're up in you and feeling good. But when they're not hitting shots, they fall into a lull.
Yeah.
And we were the opposite.
Yeah.
If we weren't hitting shots, we know that this was going to change based on us getting up in you and forcing turnovers. Correct. They haven't been able to show that identity on a consistent basis yet. So I don't know what mindset or what style do you have to bring to these guys to say, look, the stats show that we're not a great three-point shooting team. But with our length and what we have at our disposal, we can get up in guys. And the reason I say that, because I watched Sincere Harris get up in the guard early on in the front court. But the rest of the guys are at half court, so he's putting all this pressure on, and it's an easy outlet. Now, what would have happened to us? I mean, and I hate – what would have been said if you would have been up on somebody pressuring and I just let my man casually walk up and get the ball? What would you have turned around and said?
What the hell you doing? Like, guard, what you doing? Guard your man. Like, I'm confronting you. I'm not waiting on Coach Harris.
Man, there you go.
I'm confronting you because we had that kind of relationship.
Right.
So we held each other accountable. So if we're all pressure and they're at 4 and all of a sudden your man flashed right across your face and come catch the ball.
With no pressure.
We having problems.
Yeah, everybody was saying something.
Yeah, we got something to say because you're letting the team down.
Yeah.
You cannot press or trap in games against good talent and have slippage.
But it's also important to have that in hostile environments.
Exactly.
When you're on the road, you have to have that.
You got to lock in.
You got to lock in, man. You have to.
When I see this, and then once they catch it, now you want to run up on. No.
Yeah.
No, you got to put them on Revis Island.
Yeah.
Like for Buck Harris to be as good as he is, guys flash across his face all the time and catch the ball in situations where they're trying to get a 5-second count or a steal.
Right.
He's good when they catch the ball, but he's got to focus long enough to know that his guy is one of the guys that's going to bust to catch the ball. The guys in the back are hugging too close.
Right.
But if you're going to put somebody over the ball, that means everybody else is matched up. When everybody else is matched up, your man cannot be the one that catches the ball.
Now, did they went into a half-court press, or was that kind of changed the momentum when they attempted to start pressing the ball?
Well, they pressed in the full court. Half court, they kept doing some traps.
Okay.
They did multiple traps. And one of the things that you can do is when you're a good defensive team, you can change it up with man-to-man. So we used to have like fists.
Yeah.
One fist was we're going to trap the first pass. So they would break the press, guy would set it up, and they think that they can run their offense. They can get everybody in their spots. The minute the guard throws it to the wing and he starts jogging through the lane, we run straight to that guard and trap him.
Yeah.
and 2 trappers, 2 anticipators, 1 protector. So the minute that somebody goes to trap, there's got to be communication to start looking around. Nobody throws no-look passes when they're being trapped.
Nah.
They're looking.
Yeah.
So if they look one way, you shift your defense. They look the other way, you shift your defense. You're following the eyes, and you want to get deflections. If you go for all-out steals, you'll get burned every time.
Right. Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm saying. As far as they having the ability to do that with all this length, why waste it? Like, man, make those guys get out there and be active. Yeah. Especially at the beginning of the game. Yeah. I mean, whose style is it? Is it our style or your style? Are you gonna be able to play the way you want to play, or are we gonna dictate how this game is gonna go? And early on, I'm watching this game and I'm seeing Clemson hitting these shots, and I'm saying, this could get ugly. Because we're coming down, taking threes, trying to get it in the post. We establish a post, then our guys aren't physical enough to get deeper in the post, so we kick it back out, and ain't no return once it go back out. It's going up. So that's where it's going to be interesting, man. These guys are still in the stage of developing or learning how their style of play is going to be, and we're going to have to watch it.
They need a identity.
Yeah.
It's easily fixable from my eyes.
Okay.
For one, you go back and watch that game, fans, we're catching the ball in the post at the 3-point line.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Baba Miller is catching the 3-point line trying to back down. So by the time he's doing 2 back downs and trying to look for guys, nobody's moving. Yeah. When the ball goes into the post, Mustafa the same way. They're getting pushed off the block. When the ball goes into the post, all 4 other guys or 3 other perimeter guys are just standing waiting on the ball. Nobody's cutting, trying to create a suction that pulls the defender out the way so Baba can attack the middle, or so that another guard can relocate in the place that the guy vacated.
Right.
So there's no movement when the ball goes into the post. They're catching the ball too far away from the post. They have to find some screen action to get guys shots closer to the basket. And then when the shot goes up, our bigs can't get pushed off the block, out of bounds. Like, we didn't have enough offensive rebounds when the shot goes up because we're not getting to the opposite side. That shot goes up, guys are running back on defense. And if you're down 27, you can't play back.
Right.
You can't allow just a shot to go up. And we were beating them on the glass. You can't just allow a shot to go up.
See, that's why I'm glad you're here, because you're at every game and you get to see this stuff. Now, last game, I was so proud of those guys because they got a couple high-lows in.
Yeah.
You know, executed on the block, but 7 dunks and all that. Now you're playing stiffer competition. You're playing a team that I'm sure their coach said, look, we're not letting these guys get the ball in the paint. Body them out.
Right.
Push them out the paint. And you can easily see that was the strategy for Clemson. So how do you counter that? Like you said, now you have to have the IQ to say, all right, they're pushing our guys out. Now this opposite big has to flash to the middle.
Yeah.
We didn't get any of that action yesterday.
No, we didn't get the action of, when that ball goes to it's one thing to catch it on the block, which you have to run plays to do that because nobody in college is just going to let you go straight to the block and throw it on the glass. So they're pushing you out. So you got to catch it sort of in the short corner, not below the backboard though. Short corner, and you got to face. When Baba Miller, or better yet, when Mustafa Cham catches the ball off the block and he turns and faces, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's dangerous.
Yeah.
You were that way. Kenyon was that way.
Yeah.
Bobby Brandon was that way. When you're backing in, any stiff can put a forearm in your back.
Yeah.
And push you off the block, put a knee in your back, and they're gonna let you do it. But when you turn and face, now the guy got to get in the stands.
Yep.
And you got to see if he can really play defense or he's just one of these stiffs out here. Yep. And the minute you make one move, you do a jab step, and if he starts backing up, you're like, oh, I got him. Yeah. And then so Mustafa made this one move. He caught it, did a little dream.
I remember that, yeah.
And then did a turnaround and shot the thing, and he looked like a first round. I said, oh, my goodness. And then for about a 4-minute stretch, he carried the Bearcats. He made like 8 points, hit a 3, couple, got some and ones.
Yeah.
He was balling. So I want to see that version of him going forward because I don't think he likes the criticism that he gets. And he's still developing.
Yeah, I don't think nobody likes the criticism. But
nobody.
To me, it's small little techniques.
It's small.
Like, I think I could get that kid or any of those bigs and just show them a few little twerks and little cheat codes that can enhance their game to make because they're not big guys.
Right.
They're built like me. So it was little things that I would do. If I posted up and kicked it back out, I'm turning face and driving my man. I don't have to use 2 hands.
Correct.
I can drive my man down like I'm setting the screen, and then what I do, turn and seal, I'm under the basket.
Come on now.
those are some of the things that these guys have the ability to do if they want to get it in the paint. You have to want to get it down there first. So I know that these guys have the talent, no question. It's just showing them that they have the ability to be high efficient scorers in that block is what's needed.
Yeah, you got to be a great screener as a big man.
Got to, yeah, definitely.
Because the better you are at screening, the more open you're going to be.
Yeah.
Because you set a good screen on a guard, and it's so good that he says switch. Now, Day-Day and Jizzle has a big on them, which gives them an advantage, and you have a guard on you now. So you keep them on your back, you roll to the basket, just like you said, and you keep your hands up. If they don't switch and he hard hedges and waits for him to come back, you can roll to the rim.
Roll to the rim.
We don't do enough screening.
Yeah.
We do a lot of ghost screens. We'll touch screens. You know, the guy comes, we touch him on the waist, and we head to the rim. How about holding that guard up so if Day-Day comes off of it, he can wait to see if he's going to switch and go back? Or if he doesn't, he can shoot his three. But it's when you talk about the changes that they're little.
Yeah, it's small things.
They're small things. I don't think, everybody gets mad at Wes Miller. And, when you look at the record, I can see why people get mad over that period of time. What he's doing is good. What he's doing is fundamentally good. It's got to be tightened. The talent's there. But this is what I said I was proud of him. He said, you know what? I love all these guys. I do. But I'm trying to win a game. And I'm going to play the guys that I think in this game gives me the best chance to win. So the second half, it wasn't the 2-minute sub, the 3-minute sub, every 2 or 3 minutes. No, guys played to exhaustion, and they didn't have enough timeouts. But the minute that you start hitting some baskets, getting in transition, the energy level went up.
No doubt.
and so when you put guys in that ain't played in the second half, and they're all cold, and the first thing they do is jack up a three, get them out the game. Yeah. Because they're messing up the flow. When you got chemistry, you ride it. It's hard to find when you make magic on the court, it's hard to find. Don't take a guy out. Continue to ride it until he says, I need one.
Right.
Or you see him getting some slippage, you can pull him out. But when you find that 3-minute magic, you can overcome a 10-point deficit in 3 minutes with the right guys on the floor.
Well, those guys got to get used to playing 20 to 25 minutes a game consistently at a high level.
Well, they got to get 30. They need about 30. Some of these guys need 30.
You're going. When I said 7 deep, you said 8 or 9 deep.
8. I think 8. So
you got to break those minutes up.
Creasy should come off the bench.
Okay.
It's time for Jizzle to get back to. It's only been game 3 now.
Yeah.
But it's just different when he's on the floor because he's a constant threat. Creasy, until he starts shooting the ball better, he cannot be the guy that's getting the most minutes at the guard position. You got to go with a dynamic player that can get to the basket and do other things. If Creasy starts hitting off the bench, he's deadly.
Yeah.
He's a good passer. Sometimes careless with the basketball, but he's a good passer. And he makes smart decisions. His problem is he has not been able to make shots, and it's hurting the team. He's not making shots. So you have to go with somebody that gives you a different style of play. I think Wes Miller found something. I think when he started pressing.
It's called Jizzle James. Yeah, he found something.
He did find something. But I think it is called Jizzle James. But I think what he found is an identity.
Yeah.
When he took out Creasy, Abayev, and all that, and put in his sort of his ground attack game, the guys that play they know what they are. Day-Day Thomas knows who he is.
Man.
And when Jizzle's on the floor, he doesn't have to do everything. He can catch and shoot. And then when West started running the baseline action for him, I said, I think he found this. This is the identity of the Bearcats. We're going to pick up from the start of the game. We're not just going to get back. We're going to pick up.
Man.
We're going to bring the fight to you. We can adjust. We can always call it off and get into whatever we're going to do. But how about we start the game off with a press? Made or miss. We start the game off with on the ball, physical pressure.
Damn, that sound like Bearcat basketball, don't it?
Yeah. Bring it straight to them.
You had to get 3 years or 4 years in to figure that part out?
Especially when you're playing at home. When you're playing at home, you got to ride the wave of the fans. We coming out and we pressing. Like, you got to take advantage of the ball pressure that Buck Harris can put on a player.
Yeah.
Especially, like, he was in his bag because he wasn't fouling. He had one at the second half, a sort of a cheap one.
But let me say this before you go on, because we can't be hard on him for fouling.
I'm not. not hard them. I'm just saying the dumb fouls.
Okay. I mean, but when you're playing that aggressive, you're going to do dumb things because you're playing aggressive.
That's a good point. But
So,
I love his energy, man.
I love his energy,
I love.
man. Some guys you can't run plays for, you can't give structure. Just let them guys go and feed off their energy.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of those type of guys. He's going to do some dumb things, and we know that. But we got to live with it or try to get him to understand it ain't the time for that right now.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I think he's the kind of guy you can't reel in.
No.
You got to let him be who he is. So you got to save him from himself sometimes by putting him in the second wave. But when he's on the ball, he's going to turn, he's going to grab, he's going to talk, he's going to try to frustrate you. And you don't make all Big Team defense without having that kind of attitude, all Big 12 defense without having that kind of attitude and the way he moves his feet, the way he thinks he is the best player on the floor defensively. He says, I can take anybody out. Yeah. I need that attitude. Yeah. So let's take advantage of it. And let's start working on, denying the ball, coming to the, inbounds plays and stuff like that.
So you put emphasis on that. You let the whole team know that this is what we have in Buck Harris. So what does that mean? You other guys cannot let the ball easily get past to your guy.
Yeah.
Deny, or force them to make a unpopular play so we can force a turnover and get into the offense on a break or something. But we got to be able to feed off that, man. And I think he showed me that ever since he's been here. It just hasn't been able to consistently stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
But when he's right, man.
You can drill this. You can say in practice we're gonna have a certain amount of time. We're gonna work on inbounds play for the press. And every 5-second call we get, we're gonna do. We get a reward of some kind.
Yeah.
And every time they catch the ball, you get a mark. You got a down and back. You got whatever you're gonna make them do. But you have to start practicing it. You got to teach the right technique. Where should you be when the ball's on the other side? And should you be on the inside? Should you be behind them? Trail technique, like whatever it is. If you want a guy to catch it deep, you get behind him.
Yeah.
If you don't want him to catch it, you got to be on the sside of him. Put an arm around the back with the palm showing, so let the ref know you ain't holding them, but you are kind of holding them because you're hooking them, and you're not letting them beat you going back. Yeah. You're just being smart and wise. And then in the backcourt, you can shoot the passing lane and try to go get you a steal or a deflection because they still got the link to the floor to go.
Yeah, there's so many drills you can do to work on that. Help to helper drills. Just so many different things you can do. It's just getting those guys to buy into it.
Trap the ball handler.
Definitely.
I remember Nick and AD and all them guys.
Yeah.
So Nick got to bring the ball up, and Nick is AD and Terrence double teaming him. Now Nick's got the whole court.
He got to break.
But he got to bring it up against them two dogs, man.
Yeah.
So and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
And Nick would get frustrated, be like, okay, let me do it. So him and AD would be doing it against Terrence and all the freshmen that we had, David Evans and all those guys.
Yeah.
And we would just work on just containing the dribble. And at the back, you, I, Eric, Corey, Curtis, John Jacobs, we work on closeouts at half. And make sure we can stop a guy coming at us full speeds. We can slide our feet and do all the things that we need to do. So when we put it all together, we got guys playing frantic in the front court, and then once they cross, we got us being able to stop a guy, hedge, make him pass to the corner, fly out there, close out under pressure. We ain't flying in the air. That's a new thing. We're not flying in the air at a three-point shooter. We're closing out, anticipating he's going to pump fake. Because when they see us coming full speed, he's going to pump fake and go around us. So we're not going for it. We're going to sit there. If you shoot it, great. But if you pump fake, I'm going to make you travel because I'm going to anticipate you're going to jab one way and go the other. So I'm not going to go for the jab. I'm going straight to the spot that you're going to be at, and that's how I got so many charges.
Yeah, and we all knew our rotations. To me, that was the critical part. When I watch our team play back in the day, man, I see that we knew our rotation. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, man.
When you're seeing guys unsure what to do with the ball because we were all over the place. This team can do that, man. They have the athletes and the athleticism and the length to be able to do those type of things, I think.
Yeah, man. So, when you know what you're supposed to do, when you know your roles, you can press off made or miss.
Yeah.
We used to press off missed free throws.
Yeah.
And this was nothing that Hugs did. No. We did this. Yeah. We would get in the huddle at the free throw line like, look, man, hey, made or miss, we trapping. Yeah. So I got back. And it was sometimes where you would be in the middle, you would go back.
Yep.
And it would be Terrence on one side of the free throw line and AD, and I'm at the top because they're going to go straight to the guard. So it was a strategy that if we knew we didn't shoot free throws well, I think it was 64% as a team.
Yeah.
But that some of the time we had plays for missed free throws.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to look at you and I would grab the inside of my pants,
pant.
meaning I'm going first.
You're going first and
I'm going to go across the lane, hit your man, and you're going to come around me and get
That's
the
how
offensive
Herb got a
rebound.
lot of his rebounds the same way.
We made up plays
Yeah.
because when you know you're not a good shooting team, you got to find a way to get an extra possession.
Yeah.
Because we had guys that can score, we just didn't have a lot of great shooters.
Yeah.
And so because of the style we played, the defense, the pressure, we just knew we had free throw line plays. We had missed pressing on missed plays. We had trap on the first pass. We had double fist after a made. We're gonna go extended. That's our extended press. We had a 1-2-2 half court press, 1-2-2 half court zone, a 1-3-1, multiple ways. So you confuse the heck out of offenses because if an offense gets comfortable and they run the same play and they keep scoring, you got to switch it up. And if you haven't practiced it, then you're gonna get gutted.
Yeah. So let's switch reels a little bit because I definitely think we need to talk about this kid since he's been back. I'm happy he's back.
Yeah.
I'm very proud that he was able to rejoin this team and come in without. It's like I don't want to say he didn't miss a beat, but he got in the flow pretty good to me. Like he brought an advantage to this team, and his consistency of being able to get to his spots was still there. That's a testament to me that this kid has been in the gym and still working on his game. To just come in mid-season like this and still be able to execute at the way he's been. What do you think about the implementation of Jizzle James in this team?
You know, Jizzle was dreaming about this moment. You know, when you're sitting there and you seeing your team out there, you seeing them struggle, and you the alpha of the group, you're the team leading scorer, and you're not there with them, and you're seeing your guys, some guys stepping up, other guys are struggling, and it's got to be eating at you. So it makes you go in the gym, work a little harder, visualizing, when I make my return, man, this is never even knowing if you're going to make a return.
Right.
Man, if I get another chance, I'm taking advantage of it. I'm going to come in there humble. Sure enough, he came in there, cut the braids off, came in there humble, just working. He was already in good shape, trying to knock the rust off with shots.
Yeah.
But man, you can tell when he's out there how he gets to his mid-range. He goes to that free throw line. He may do a little stutter step, put it between his legs, go hard at you, and then pull up right there at the Kobe free throw line fadeaway that Kobe and Jordan mastered, and Shea Alexander mastered the same thing. So when you see how he can get his shots, it's different because he can break down good defense and still get his shot off. To see him come in there in the Alabama State game, and to see him not necessarily be on fire in the Clemson game, but be a catalyst.
Yeah, he was consistent.
For what they did. What do you have? 10 points, 3 assists, coming off the bench. But his floor game, when he's on the floor, everybody else falls into their natural position. Buck continue to go out and transition and get stuff on the baseline. Day can spot up. We can run action for him, create stuff. I can penetrate, throw lobs at the rim to our bigs. Everything is just different. Yeah. So when he came back, it added a level of validity to this Bearcat team. Now they just time's running out.
Yeah.
The time's running out for the NCAA tournament. They got to stack some wins together.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of my senior year when I missed those 11 games.
Yeah.
But it was much easier for me to come back and fulfill my role is because I wasn't ball dominant. I didn't have to handle the ball. To me, it's much tougher for a guard to come back under them circumstances, and you're dealing with 2 other wing players that you got to coexist with. So for him to come in and be able to show that he still has it at that level, I was really impressed with Jizzle.
Yeah, Jizzle is a high IQ player. So he understands the game.
Yeah.
So when you put him in the game, one of the things he's really good at is playing with the pick. The pick and roll. He comes off, he takes his time. He'll keep you on his back. He's surveying, find out where his shooters are. And then sometimes he'll come across that screen, act like he's going to shoot it, pump fake, step through and kick it in the corner. Day-Day's knocking down shots. So he understands how to draw to and kick it. And a lot of guards don't know how to understand how to draw to. So how you do that? You play 3-on-3 in practice. You learn to set screens, roll, 3-on-3 action in practice. Keeping it on one side. You can only play on this side. So we're going to play 3-on-3 action. Throw it to the post. Set high post guys set screens for the guard. Guard set screen for – you have to do that to break your offense down to the smallest parts. Because to master the offense, again, with guys that you only have for 1 year, you have to continue to break down segments of the offense and get better at it. They run good stuff. They got to tighten it up. The only way you tighten it up, you got to spend 5 to 10 minutes every day just on tightening it up. Less talking, more repetition over and again, over and over. And they're going to mess up. And sometimes when they mess up, you don't have to correct them.
Right. So
Again.
that's what I want to ask you. Were you aware of any type of training he was getting? Was he working with any of the coaches? Or, I know when I was out, Hugs had me with Chuck Mayshok every day. While you guys were at practice.
You had no chestnuts.
I didn't have no chestnuts. You're going to get tough. But he showed me where I was going to be able to help this team when I came back. Did Jizzle have any, as far as you know or aware of, did Jizzle have any of that kind of coaching from the staff where they were in the gym with him, helping him work on his game, pushing him and telling him what they need for him when he comes back? Or
no, he wasn't around. So when he got back,
all.
yes. When he got back, yes. But he wasn't around. But he's been coming in, putting in the work since he's been there, coming in early, staying late. He has a vision, and he wants to play up to a certain standard.
Okay.
And he knows where he wants to go. And you haven't seen the best of Jizzle in this version this year. He's still locked in. He's ready. But to your point, Chuck Mayshok, he just knew, he said everybody should catch the ball from the post and face. Yeah. So backouts was big for him.
Yeah.
Catch it, back out, and face.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to turn and face, then you got to know where you're. So when you turn and face, you know where everybody is. You know where the shooters are. You know where the defense is. You know where the double team's coming from. And sometimes good players have to shoot against a double team. So you got to know if he's coming from the middle or if he's coming from the baseline.
Yeah.
And that determines what kind of shot you take. Danny Fortson never had a problem with double teams.
Yeah.
Kenyon Martin would read and he would shoot his shot or use that jump hook. Jason Maxwell, Eric Hicks, I don't care if you're getting dunked on.
Yeah.
You're getting dunked on, double team or not. I'm going to pull my shirt over. I'm going to do all that. That's what Kenyon did those.
Speaking of Chuck, man, that was my problem because in junior college, my junior college coach, I was taller than everybody.
Yeah.
So catch it, turn around and shoot. Don't even think about it, Corey.
Right.
Just catch that joker and turn around and let him have it. All right, coach.
No reading whatsoever.
Yeah, because you're going to get your shot off. You're 6'10", you know what I mean? Just shoot it consistently, right or left shoulder. Whichever you're going to do, just do it quick and do it strong. When I got here, Chuck was constantly trying to tell me that shit ain't gonna work at this level.
Quit dribbling the ball.
You're gonna have to have a counter move. He had me buying into showing the ball.
Yes.
And at first I didn't like it, but it made sense when I was going against guys.
Show the ball.
Get them off their feet. Have a counter move.
Yes.
Then you can execute your jump hook or your turnaround jump shot. But that added to my game and gave me other attributes that I could use down there on that post. And it was because I got that extra time with him to be able to develop that. So, and the reason I'm saying this is because for Jizzle to come back the way he's shown me so far, it's only been 2 games, but I see confidence and I see him still being consistent on how he used to play. Like he still can get to his spots. I think he's probably the one on that team that believes in the mid-range game, and he still wants to get that shot off. And I think those are going to be the attributes that he can help define who he is on this team to make this team better.
Yeah, he has a skill set that should unlock everybody else's skill set. I just think Sean Abayev is going to be a heck of a player because if he makes the shots that he's taking, because some of them are bad shots.
Them ooh-wee shots.
Yeah, but he's made these his entire career.
Yeah, they ooh-wee, like ooh-wee.
But on this level, in analytics and flow of the game and all that stuff, it's not the shot that he takes, it's the timing that he takes it. And so if he can continue to work, like he's got to get up 500 threes a day in practice. He's got to work on footwork. He's got to work on backouts, facing up. Like every day we worked on footwork. He needs footwork because he shoots coming down a lot. And when he shoots coming down a lot, one of my friends pointed out, Grant Stanley pointed this out. He goes, man, do you notice he shoots a lot of balls when he's coming down? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he jumps up in the air, and then he's either going forward, he's sliding to the left, he's falling backwards trying to draw the foul. He needs consistency up and down, up and down. So if he shoots like that and he poses, it goes in.
Right.
But sometimes he's fading and falling, and it still goes in, and it looks like, oh, my goodness, he is in his bag. The minute he misses and falls, if you don't get your ass up and run down the floor, that's what you be thinking, right? Get up. Ain't nobody calling that. Get up.
Right.
But he got it, though. I just think when Jizzle's on the floor, you kind of know that I need both of these guys. Like, Sean's going to have to play a big part of the Big 12 for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
And Wes Miller wants to play him, but if he can't get him around to being productive, I think Sean's minutes are going to dry up a little bit. He's not going to – I'm not saying he's not going to play a lot. But he's right now, I think he's better suited coming off the bench.
Man, 1,000%.
So he can see the game.
Yeah, and he's a freshman, man.
He's a freshman.
Like, you can't just
Earn
keep
it.
throwing. Yeah, you got to earn this stuff, man. They're just giving these guys this because they're getting the bag, man. Prove it. Show that that's your spot. And to me, I might be overstepping my boundaries, but Jizzle, Sincere, and Day-Day is my starting three along with Baba and Big Fella.
Come on. I like that lineup.
I love that lineup right there.
Yeah, it's grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a bunch of dogs because those three-headed monsters. You got a bunch of dogs, and you got Baba, he's just unique. He's a unicorn. There's nobody like him in college basketball.
I agree.
So he can do a lot of things. But if you can get that version of Mustafa that dominated for that 4 or 5 minute stretch in the second half, if that guy comes out with the touch, catching the ball, facing it, being aggressive, blocking shots. If I can get that version of Mustafa, this team's going to go to a different level because Baba's got to play like a first-team all-conference or even an MVP candidate. If he doesn't play up to that, the Bearcats don't have a chance because Baba he's the one that he's a mismatch for everybody that he faces.
But you know what? With this team, we don't really need a lot out of Mustafa.
Right.
We just need, realistically, what would be solid numbers for him to me would be on this team if he's averaging 10 and 6, along with Baba, Day-Day.
Not enough, Corey.
You don't think that's enough?
No, he averaged that last year.
But I'm saying with this group, with that new starting five, or the new starters that I put, I think you can do good things with him averaging that number because you got Day-Day. That's 13, 15, right?
Yeah, but none of them guards rebound. So Mustafa's he's got to average close to 8 or 9 rebounds.
Okay, give him two more
He
rebounds.
needs about 12 to 14 points, and he's got to get 2 to 3 blocks per game. He averaged 2.5 last year. We're not asking him.
So that's going to have to take 25 to 30 minutes a game.
Yes, he needs to play, but he's got to be stronger.
Yeah,
his arms are always on his side. When he's in the paint, he's not touching anybody and pissing them off. Guys aren't knocking his hand down because
he's
he hit
not
them.
physical at all.
No, so I want him to hit people and talk and be in the back line and call out coverages. And he's got to be like a monster defensively. He's got to let guys know, hey, screen left, ball's coming. I got him. Watch your man. He got to talk.
No question.
You're in that back line. You got to be able to see what's going on and tell guys what they're doing. And then when that shot goes up, oh my goodness, my trade is going on. When that shot goes up, I trade. When the shot goes up, he's got to be able to. I'm about to get traded. Legends Untraded. But Mustafa has the ability to average 14, 9, and 3 blocks. Like, everybody's got to raise their level of play because.
Okay, 14 and 9 and 3 blocks. What Baba number is going to be there?
17 and 10.
Oh, now what day they going to average?
Daddy can average whatever he wants. I don't care about the average. I'm talking about the bigs.
I'm just looking at it to facilitate a winning culture with these group of guys we just named. I think 10 and 6 will work because you still hopefully got Tylers that's going to be able to come in and help.
So let me get
that.
this. You want your 7'2" center averaging 6 rebounds a game.
With this group, because I want Baba.
You're smaller now than you were before now. So you don't think he needs to rebound more?
We are smaller, but these guys should get better shots now.
Okay.
We are an outside inside team. You know that, right?
No, we're an outside team.
No, we do have some inside players, but we focus more on the perimeter.
Correct.
Is my point.
Correct.
So that's not going to change. I don't care who we get. So 10 and 6, getting his 5 touches.
Yeah, but it ain't their shots that he needs to. Baba is number 1 in the country at defensive rebounding. Mustafa should be right behind him. They should be fighting over rebounds to see who's going to get rebounds. Mustafa is more than capable.
Man, it's hard to rebound that thing when they're ill-advised shots coming out of the clear blue sky,
But
man.
you know what? Baba gets opposite when the shot goes up. He gets a lot of offensive rebound baskets.
You know why Herb led our team in rebounding?
Why is that?
Because I was occupied and you were occupied. He had the tenacity to get down there and go. No, he wasn't. Hell no, he wasn't better.
Herb jumped over all of us, man. There was times we had perfect
jumped.
box opposition going for the offensive rebound, and he just come say, thank you.
Because we had our guys occupied.
Yeah, we did.
That's my whole point.
But Herb was opposite every time, too.
I don't pull the film up.
No, yeah. Herb was opposite every time.
So you're saying in order for us to win, Mustafa got to give us a 14 and 10?
You got to give us 14 and 8, 14 and 9. He's got to play a more dominant game. He's got to be like, nobody should be in the paint shooting and he just got his hands straight up. Like the guy just dunked right on him. He just had his hands up and just goes up and just dunked the basketball. No, he's got to contest shots without fouling, and he's got to block with both left and right hands. But he's more than capable to give you more.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about he's 7'2", and he got a great touch. He can jump hook. He can face the basket and shoot. Defensively, he can block shots. I want to see him become a better defender.
No question.
Not a shot blocker. He's a great shot blocker. Yeah. I want to see him push guys off the block, put an arm across the chest, front the post. Don't just let a guy come and post you up because you're 7'2", you think I'm going to block his shot. No. Make him work for it. Push him. The same thing they're doing to you.
Yeah, it's techniques. That's basically it. Just showing him when he should get these guys out of their comfortable
These guys should be living, watching film in every waking moment, watching film, watching who they're going to be playing, because you learn something from everybody. When you're in, one of the things that makes C.J. Anthony so good, the reason why he's at Iona and balling right now, averaging 14 and 7 in that conference, is because for 4 straight years, he was the number 1 guy on scout team. So whoever we were playing that was a good guy, he had to do what they were doing. And so he added to his bag. He started adding the step back. He added the coming off the curls because he had to do all this to give them the look that Cincinnati needs to stop. He said over and over and over, and he did it without being judged for the shots that he took because he was just on scout team. And the other guy may make some of those shots.
Well, CJ had a confidence in himself, too, though.
Yes, absolutely he did.
Because every practice I went to, he was out there talking trash. So
didn't matter who it was.
It didn't matter who it was. But that's my whole point. He had that aura about him with that tenacity. Mustafa hasn't shown that yet.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him
You got to bring it out of him. Don't be giving him no pat.
How do you do that?
You beat the hell out of him with some bags. I'm telling you, man, God, you got to be beating him up with bags.
Right, beat him up with a bag and see where he's at next year.
If I don't beat him up with a bag, you're going to see where I'm at next year. What you talking about? I'm trying to win.
I get it.
Man, no, you got
to slow walk these babies now, man. They ain't got it like that no more.
If you're not going to be tough on these guys,
you got to, yeah.
Your post guys are like defensive linemen in football.
Yeah.
If you just sit over there and all we're going to do is against blocking pads in football and you go out there and you start playing against the Ravens or the Bears and their offensive line is just mauling you because you've been soft on them, big guys need constant pressure every day.
Right.
They got to be hit with blocking pads. They got to have yellow balls that they got to finish around the basket while being beat up. They have to, every time they're doing shoot-arounds or whatever, it should be a guy, the post guy, Mamadou Ndiaye should have a blocking pad, pushing him off the block. Just like, because they do shoot-arounds. When they work on post up, they do it like right around the basket like you're doing with no coverage. But when we catch the ball in real games, we're at the three-point line. So let's practice that.
Okay, but you're at they don't have that? You haven't seen
pads?
That? Yeah.
No, they got the little thing that you hit them with on your shot.
The feather?
No. It's like an end zone cone. It's like one of the pylons with a little handle on it, and they hit them with it.
Oh, okay. Well,
the feather.
Yeah, we need to, powder.
Yeah. Time out.
Yeah. Well, that has to change, man. That has to change. And it should have changed after the Xavier game.
Yeah. But the talent's there. It should have changed.
Yeah.
The talent's there. And I just think they unlocked something. I think every game that they lost against the bigger teams, against the teams that are of weight and substance, like Xavier right now, they're 122 in net rankings. The Bearcats are 108.
Okay.
Last year, I think of the at-large teams, the highest, the lowest ranked team, I think, was 29, 30.
Dang.
Of at-large teams. No, 29 didn't make it. That was Indiana State. They did not make it. They were 29 in net ranking.
Oh, wow.
The Bearcats are 108. They got some room. They got to go. Now, they may get jump 5 spots.
They ain't got no room.
If they beat Houston, that'll be like a 20-point jump.
Okay.
But then they can't lose the next. Like, they have to win games that they're like all the home games they got to win.
Yeah.
If you win your home games, you're in the NCAA tournament. That's 9 games. Okay. Then you got to steal 1 on the road, 1 or 2 on the road, and you're good to go. But it's going to be tough to win all their home games because everybody who's coming in here are some dogs.
Yeah.
So right now you got to tighten things up, and I think they're going to have some time to look over the game film, go back to what they're doing, go back to the drawing board. I know West they have a mandatory time off. They have to have 3 days off, and they get back to it. But on the 29th, when they play Lipscomb nearly beat Duke. Well, they didn't say nearly beat. They were in the game all the way to the end. against Duke. People don't know who Lipscomb is. They're a good team, and they used to be a perennial NCAA team, and their coach got
Wait,
hired
what did you
away.
just say?
They're a good team.
Against Duke.
Yes.
So you think Duke was like, oh, we got Lipscomb, we got to play hard, we got to. That's why you remember them days when Chicago State would come in against us? How are we expecting to do that game? We wanted to sit down at the 10-minute mark, man. Come on.
My career high was against Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I was balling in that game.
Yeah, so Lipscomb should come in here and get beat by 30.
Absolutely.
No question.
Absolutely.
Okay, remember that.
They should.
Okay.
You're gonna come into our place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get them. But we got to play. Like, I don't know, because school doesn't come back until January 14th for the Cincinnati students, and you're a couple days away from New Year. So I don't know how many of the students are going to be there. There's a lot that's on campus still that can come to the game, but you have to play to the crowd.
Oh, no question.
And I think what he discovered in those last 24 minutes of the game is that's who we are. That's our identity. We're going to play. We're going to pick up full court. We're going to turn you. We're going to play chaotic. And we're going to get out and transition in the offense. He found something. And I think if he can build off of that and play the guys that feed into what the style of play that he wants, because time is running out. Like I said, we're 108 in net rankings, and we got to get some quality wins.
So when does the first practice? Do you have a clue when the first practice when they come back off of the break?
I do not. We'll find out.
Yeah, I got to come watch it, man. I got to get back over there. It's been a while since I've been over there.
Corey, we watch practice and we're impressed with what they're doing, the speed and all the other stuff. Some stuff needs to be added. Like I just said, some more breakdown drills on the press.
See, I hadn't seen many breakdown. Most of the time when I was coming, they were up and down and doing full court team drills. I haven't seen. I saw one breakdown, and that's when they had the other coach. But
his practice list is so exhaustive. He's got a bunch of stuff, and he does it really quick and try to touch on a lot of stuff to make sure that they remember the stuff, more or less. We're not just going to teach it. Maybe we have it on the schedule, and we're going to do transition maybe 3 or 4 times. Okay, looks good. Let's go to something else.
Okay.
But adding stuff to it, like they start working on closeouts again last week before the game. Team closeouts. Ball goes to one side, all 4 go to the ball, and so they all need to work on close. That should be a daily staple of how you get better as a defensive team, because they have to get better.
I think we did that every day.
Every day, yes, every day. You have to work on, in order to become a good defensive team. Every day you got to work on defense, and you got to work on different types of defense, not just your half court. How are we stopping a guy coming out of his full court? So closeouts at half, closeouts 3/4 court, transition defense. Running from behind, knocking the ball out. Just different things. We used to do that back in high school, man. And I used to when I coached high school, that's one of the things we worked on. Dribble the ball, guy come from behind you, scoop that thing out, let's go. But in order to play chaotic and win games that are dirty, grimy, nobody's making shots, you have to master the little things. And they have to have it in their head. So coaching teaches it in practice, but in the game, the players got to implement it. And the players all came from good programs. So when they're in the game, it's not like they forgot how to play. They have responsibility in this too. They got to do stuff that they've been taught from a young age. Wes can't take the heat for everything. People get mad at Wes for a lot of things. He can't take it for everything. Players got to give also the best effort possible.
The coach is going to be held.
Yes, he is. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
There you go.
But at the same time, if the guys aren't responding to what you're doing, and you have other guys on the bench that do, hey, man, I'm not going to be around here if I don't get this thing turned around. So I'm going to play the guys that give me the best chance to win. We gave you the bag. What else? We gave you the bag.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, so as fans, we should still be excited. We should still anticipate some good basketball coming our way from this team.
Yeah, man. It's a long season. We're halfway there. People are getting upset with the non-conference. 7-5. The Bearcats have room for improvement, and it's not a lot of things that they're going to have to do it. They just need to tighten things up. I think with every loss, I think he understands. He kind of feels it, because I saw it was a breakthrough with his coaching in the second half when he found something in the first half, and then the second half he started running plays for Day-Day because Day-Day got hot. And then he only played the guys that he thought gave him what he saw on the floor, what he liked, how they came back. Let me stick with this a little longer.
Yeah.
And I thought normally you'll see guys sub out.
Yeah, but we talk about that all the time. Why do you need to sub them out?
Like I said, I saw a breakthrough in West. West was just like, no, we're going to stick with these guys.
Oh, okay.
We're going to stick with them, and I'm going to run plays for Day-Day. I'm going to keep riding the hot hand because he was the only one that was making shots. And then once you had an alpha taking the scoring lead, it opened up for everybody else because now people are flying at Day-Day. And even when he didn't pass, he had guys on him, you know.
And the defense picked up incredibly the second half because they were making shots.
To your point, you said their defense picks up when they make shots.
Right.
And it doesn't when they don't make shots.
Right.
So now we got to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay, we just missed a shot. We're going to let's work on transition defense. Everybody else says, let's just get back. That's a philosophy.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a pressing team, on the miss,
let's get in
pick
them.
up. Let's get in them.
Let's get in them.
You and Day-Day.
Yeah.
If I see you guys up, I'm calling everybody else in the second wave. Hey, watch this guy over here. This guy over here.
Yeah.
The back guys got to be talking. So you got to work on that communication because they get extra baskets. If they can get extra 10 shots per game, it makes up for the missed free throws. It makes up for the bad three-point shooting because they're much better off the catch and shoot than they are when they're dribbling around using screens and doing step backs.
Right.
Hey, but Merry Christmas.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy Hanukkah. Enjoy the holidays. You got family and friends in town. Enjoy some food. Enjoy the fellowship. Remember, and also think about the reason for the season. It's not just buying gifts and packages. There was a birth of a Savior. So we celebrate the birthday. I know it's holiday. It's going to be awesome. Games are on all day, which I'm going to love.
Yep.
But also think about those that are less fortunate. Go out and bless somebody. Make some food and pass it out to the homeless. That's what I think my mission is going to be this Christmas. But I'm Terry Nelson. This is my partner, C. Blunt, Corey Blunt in the house. On the wheels of steel. Chris Carper, he's back there tripping. He's on the wheels of steel. Man. Hey, we appreciate you. Like and subscribe. We're on all platforms. We're going to add more platforms, but like and subscribe. More content from Legends Unplugged, and we out.
Yeah.